In the peaceful city of Waco, Texas, a shocking massacre shatters a quiet Sunday afternoon, forever scarring the community and deepening the sad history of the city. This tragic incident begins with a simmering feud between two mighty motorcycle clubs, the Bandidos and the Cossacks. As tensions reach a boiling point, the Twin Peaks restaurant transforms into a harrowing battlefield, marking an unforgettable showdown etched into the annals of history. From peaceful meeting to deadly bloodbath. It's May 17, 2015, and the Twin Peaks restaurant in Waco is buzzing with motorcycle club activity. Different biker groups have arrived in Waco for the regional meeting of the Texas Council of Clubs and Independents, a powerful coalition of biker groups hailing from all corners of the state. The Council of Clubs and Independents is an advocacy group comprised of motorcycle enthusiasts who work tirelessly to lobby the Texas government on issues affecting bikers. From helmet laws to organizing events for Motorcycle Safety and Awareness Month, they have their fingers on the pulse of the motorcycle community. However, the Cossacks have made it a point to boycott the council meetings for years. Why, you may ask? Well, it all boils down to the fact that the Bandidos, as a founding member of the organization, hold considerable influence over its activities. Being the largest biker group in Texas, they wield quite a bit of power. But this time around, the council meeting would take a different turn. In the past, meetings for this region were typically held in Austin. But guess what? The Bandidos decided to shake things up and chose Waco instead. And it gets even more interesting because at that time, Waco was considered Cossacks territory. A biker unaffiliated with either club would later reveal to the media that there are no Bandidos in Waco. The Cossacks arrived on the scene 3 or 4 years ago, and they started flexing on all the other clubs in the area. They claimed they own Waco, harassing all the other motorcycle clubs. The bikers themselves attest that the meeting was supposed to focus on these vital political matters, advocating for the rights and freedom of fellow motorcyclists. However, beneath the surface, a storm was brewing. The Bandidos and the Cossacks, two groups with their own agendas, were on a collision course. Suddenly at 12:24 p.m., chaos erupts, and the sound of gunshots pierces the air. The situation takes an unexpected turn. People at Twin Peaks and nearby restaurants scrambled for safety. They hurried across parking lots, seeking shelter behind cars. But what happened to turn this legitimate gathering of motorcycle enthusiasts into such a nightmare? What led to shots being fired on an open street in the presence of families and children? According to a later police affidavit, the Bandidos deliberately chose to hold the meeting in Waco, making a statement that Waco is not a Cossacks town. In response, the Cossacks make a bold move. They decide to crash the party. In the early hours of that Sunday, over 60 Cossacks descend upon the Twin Peaks restaurant, taking over the patio area where the meeting is scheduled to take place. Little do they know, the police have already beaten them to the scene, surrounding the restaurant with a sizable contingent of officers, including SWAT team members. They circle like buzzards, ready for action. So far, however, they have no reason to intervene, but that is about to change. But here's where things really heat up. A group of Bandidos, led by Dallas chapter president David Martinez and 6 other members, arrives later. Their intention is to park their bikes behind the restaurant. However, they are met with a wall of Cossacks blocking their path, determined to push their bikes away. Insults and threats fly between the two groups, escalating tensions. In the chaos, a Bandido on his bike accidentally runs over the foot of a Cossack, triggering a chain of events that will forever change the course of that day. The Cossacks, armed with knives, brass knuckles, batons, and pistols, respond aggressively. The Bandidos, feeling the threat, meet force with force. Reginald Weather, a Bandido, tries to intervene, urging the Cossacks to show respect to the Dallas chapter president Martinez, but instead he is met with a punch to the face, sending him crashing to the ground. As a witness later recalls, it's go time. Both groups abandon all restraint, launching into a wild, chaotic brawl, and amidst the pandemonium, gunshots pierce the air from all directions. Prosecutor Michael Jarrett unveils the shocking truth caught on tape: Bandidos executing Cossacks, and Cossacks returning the favor. It's like a scene straight out of an action movie. but this is real life. But this is by far not the only reason why this event turns into a bloodbath. Some wicked tongues claim that the Cossacks would not have wanted it any other way, and were merely begging to be executed. The Bandidos Motorcycle Club has remained one of the most dominant criminal organizations in the country for many years. By 2014, their reach extends to 22 countries, making them the second largest outlaw motorcycle club worldwide, right behind the infamous Hells Angels. With over 2,000 members under their banner, they rule their motherland, Texas, with an iron fist. Their philosophy? Pay tribute or face the consequences. Now things get interesting. The Bandidos have a strict rule regarding displaying the word Texas or the state flag on their jackets. Only they have the authority to don such a symbol of dominance. This rule has been ingrained in the Texas underworld for years, and all other outlaw biker clubs respect it, knowing that crossing the Bandidos will bring nothing but wrath. However, the Cossacks, another Texas-based club, dare to ask for permission. Surprisingly, the Bandidos agree, acknowledging the Cossacks' longevity and their earned right to wear the Texas patch. A truce seems to be on the horizon, but hold your horses because the story takes a twist. Tensions between the Bandidos and Cossacks escalate when the Cossacks decide to make their Texas patch slightly larger than the one on the Bandidos' jackets. National Sergeant at Arms for the Bandidos, Justin Forster, later testifies that this decision ignites discontent within the Bandidos' ranks. It is seen as a slap in the face, a challenge to their authority. In a meeting at the home of the Bandidos' national president, Jeffrey Pike, a decision is made. The Cossacks will no longer have permission to wear the Texas patch. But when they refuse to comply, hostilities between the two clubs erupt into open conflict. But there's more to this thrilling saga as the Ghostriders motorcycle club based in Fort Worth decide to join the tussle. Inspired by the Cossacks' defiance, they too decide to wear the coveted Texas patch. Howard Wayne Baker, president of the Fort Worth Bandidos chapter, won't stand for it. When he hears that the Ghostriders are partying at Gators, a local bar, he sees an opportunity to send a chilling message. Baker, along with 20 other Bandidos, storms into the bar, armed with hammers, baseball bats, and flashlights. Chaos erupts as they attack the Ghostriders with a vengeance. In the midst of the mayhem, a Ghostrider member named Jeffrey Brady is brutally thrown out of the bar, only to be executed by a Bandido right there on the street. It is a brutal display of power, showing that the Bandidos won't tolerate anyone flaunting their authority. And so, tensions simmer between the Bandidos and Cossacks, erupting into numerous skirmishes. Chains, metal batons, and stolen motorcycles become weapons in their ongoing battle. The FBI field office in Dallas records at least a dozen violent encounters between the two groups, while undercover informants reveal a shocking truth. Both sides have adopted a kill-on-sight policy. It is a powder keg ready to explode. And it does explode during the Texas Council of Clubs and Independents held in Waco. The Bandidos and the Cossacks engage each other in a wild brawl. Gunfire erupts from all directions as police dash cam footage captures the chaotic scene. Bikers on both sides punch, stab, and grapple with each other while also ducking for cover. Many eyewitnesses report that the initial gunshots sound like they come from pistols, but soon heavy automatic rifle fire replaces them. But the story even gets more interesting as we discover the police involvement in what went down. How is it possible that no conviction was made? Could it be that the police were together on this with the Bandidos? Amidst the carnage, a SWAT member testifies in court that as he exits his vehicle with his rifle in hand, a pistol round narrowly misses him, striking his car door. Looking through his rifle scope, he witnesses a man calmly pulling out a revolver and pointing it at someone on the ground, as if about to execute him. The officer shoots the man in the head. Another cop testifies that he uses his car door as cover from the hail of bullets and shoots a biker who has been firing a gun. When the biker continues to fire, the cop shoots him again, this time in the head. He also claims to have seen another biker execute someone on the ground with a bullet to the head before disappearing behind a truck. A member of the Cossacks later remarks about the shootout, "I guess the shooting lasts 2 to 3 minutes, but when you have bullets flying over your head, 3 minutes is a long time. I will never forget any of that. Nothing I've seen in the Marines had really prepared me for that. I have a couple of friends in the Cossacks who've done 3 tours in Iraq. They're like, "I've never seen anything like this before." As officers secure the scene, many bikers either put their hands up or sprawl out in the prone position on the ground. Others scream out in pain or try to provide first aid to their wounded comrades. The police detain everyone they can find still at the scene. The police also refuse to allow the wounded to receive medical attention. Not a single law enforcement person offers help to any of the wounded, and they make it clear that violence will be used if any attempt is made to take the injured to the ambulance. The tragic shootout claimed the lives of 9 bikers, while 18 others suffered injuries. In the aftermath, authorities arrest a staggering total of 177 individuals and initially hold them, scrutinizing their connection to the violent incident. The majority of those detained face allegations of involvement in organized crime. Police spokesman Patrick Swanton reveals a staggering number. Approximately 320 weapons are recovered from the crime scene. Swiss Army knives, pocket knives, handguns, and even an AK-47-style rifle are among the arsenal found, painting a vivid picture of the intensity of the confrontation. As the dust settles, the authorities spring into action, making arrests in connection with the shootout. Initially, a staggering 192 individuals are taken into custody, their fates sealed by their involvement in this chaotic event. Out of those arrested, a whopping 171 individuals are charged with participation in organized crime, their names etched into the records of the McLennan County Jail. According to the inmate list, as of May 19th, these individuals are held under the arrest case WPD 159146, facing the weight of engaging in organized criminal activity. The demographic breakdown reveals that 124 of them are white males, 41 are Hispanic males, 3 are white females, 2 are black males, and 1 is a Native American female. This diverse mix of individuals find themselves entangled in the aftermath of the Waco shootout, facing the consequences of their actions. But the legal process continues to unfold. A grand jury examines the evidence and makes their decisions. Ultimately, 106 people are indicted, their fate resting in the hands of the justice system.